Well, hello there and welcome to issue number 97, and this issue concerns the Virgo rat, and as you can see on the caption prior to the video, those are all the dates you have to be to fall into this Western and Eastern combination. If there's any dates that you're not sure about, you know, maybe 12, 24, 36 years earlier, any family members, grandparents, etc., that you want to know the dates that it was, I will post them on here. Just drop me a line or a message or any comments. They're more than welcome, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, let's start straight away. What have we got when we fuse these two astrological worlds together into the one person? Well, you've got the rat, especially as a child, they're into everything, you know, they like to be first, as we've spoke about, but it's not a selfish first in the sense of they barge everybody out the way. It's just you'll notice that they need to sort of like, they have this thirst for knowledge, or the first to be involved, you know, pick me, you know, it's not in a selfish way. You have to remember that with the rat. They're not malicious, it's just the way they are, because, you know, they won the race by whichever means they chose, but you know, it's a need for getting first, and you know, a pioneering spirit even, to sort of break new ground, travel, explore. So you've got this in the one hand, right, and it meets the helpful, really kind-hearted Virgoan. So you put the two together, and what you notice, what tends to happen is you have a child which there's a natural fidgety energy in the classroom, but their eyes are everywhere. That's how you can pick the rat, you see. Their eyes are everywhere, especially the Virgo rat. Communication's their key, but they're not really ones to talk out of turn in the classroom, you know, and, you know, get the anger of the teacher, or, you know, come on, concentrate. It's not like that, but they're first, they're looking round, they're first for knowledge. You know, it's just this complete momentum that they have going all day long, and it's like, wow, are these going to have burnout? That's what you think. You know, they're so fascinated by it, so many different things, and it's just their eyes, they're darting here, there and everywhere. As I say, they're not overly talkative in, you know, at a time when they should be quiet. You know, they're not ones to buck the trends like maybe a couple of the other rats, because they don't really want to, you know, get the wrath of the teacher, or get on the wrong side of the authority. You know, that's not in their way. They will toe the line of Virgo because they like order. So they know when to be quiet, but when they've got the chance to talk, they will talk, and they will fire questions. They give a lot of answers, a lot of different theories. You know, real fascination goes on here. And this is the first that goes all the way through to the secondary school years, the university and the college years. You know, sometimes you just want them maybe, okay, just concentrate on this part of it, you know, but they will shoot off in tandem, and they want to know, have they found a better format, have they found a better way of doing it, because, you know, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for progression, breaking, you know, into areas, pioneers. So, you know, it's a great combination for that. Plus, with the Virgo, being a very caring and helpful sign, sometimes they can appear to be a little over helpful, in the sense of some people look at them and may think later on that they're a bit of a busybody, or they are sort of, you know, they're firing into conversations sometimes when, you know, not really needed. But it's not the need to be just noticed, it's need to be involved, and they work with you, they work really well in a group. They're not wishing to steal the limelight. They want, if they're in that team, they want that team to be first. So you've got to look at it like that. It's not, oh yeah, they just want all the accolades. They go gladly with the team and say, yeah, you know, and they'll be instrumental, and they'll work so hard for that team. You know, there's a lot of good ethics there for, as I say, pushing forward. That's why if we look at where their fields would be best, I think they'd be great in media. I think they would be so good. They're a really good reporter. They'd be also a great conversationalist, a column writer. Really could be one of these reporters on the front line somewhere and stuff like that, because that's where they're driven towards. Okay, we have spoken about the rat's need for security, but that's a bit later on when, you know, yes, the house does have to be a safe haven, but when it comes to their time to when they earn their money, it has to be quite exciting. It can't be something that's run of the mill. It has to be quite exciting and cutting edge for this combination. The rat Virgo really needs that. It needs it to feel vibrant and get rid of some of that nervous energy that's firing on and keeps their brain ticking. You know, they just need to excel and feel that they're part of something that's, you know, that's bigger than this. It means something. And pioneering stuff, electronics, that could be excellent in this as well, because hey, that's forever moving. Mobile phone technology, it's all moving, so I can see them involved in that. But I think the media is a great place for rats, especially the Virgo and that, because they also know how to you know, converse, get the best, find out the best information. They know how to get there, and they get there quickly, and that's why there's some very few people that can outdo them on that, and getting the info first, getting the formats first, getting the prototypes done. You know, boom, they'll be there, they'll be front line. But as I say, they're not limelight stealers. They're not going to go in and say, yeah, it was just on me, heap it all on me. Not at all. They will, everybody who's involved in that team at that time, they gladly back them just as much as themselves. So we've got that. So when we come to talk about security and the rat's need for possessions, a secure home, a tight-knit family, because that's ultimately what they want to gear towards. They want to feel that security. And it's very one of those signs. It's like the rabbit, where they need to know this is the nest, this is my safe haven. This is where I can just be me, and that will come in time. That will manifest a little bit later in the late 20s, early 30s, when they've met that partner they want to, but not necessarily they have to have a partner in this combination. They can very well make their way, and then they say, right, I'm looking for that bond now, that deeper bond, which, you know, the rat can be really intense when they're looking there. This combination could be prone to promiscuity younger, like some rats, possibly, not as much maybe as some of the others, but that won't be their driving force. They like their career, they like to be doing stuff that makes them feel that they're important, rather than sexual exploitations and sort of the messy sort of side, in that sense, jumping from one to the other, not going to appeal as massively, you know, at all. So we're getting into their late 20s, early 30s, then the security, then the career is on a roll, then they'll be looking for the perfect partner, and someone who can complement them. Will they be so possession orientated? Well, rats are, you're not going to get away from that, but the Virgo may be a little bit more even in that. As long as there's order and there's a sanctuary, it doesn't have to really then be littered with the exuberance and the sort of luxurious gifts and that luxurious sort of aura that they like their house to give out. As long as it's got order, as long as they can come in, kick their shoes off, be themselves, you know, veg out a bit, that's all they want. But they want everybody in that home to be happy, and it'll be a happy home, because people will feel secure as well, but they also feel, yeah, it's quite relaxed atmosphere. And you know, the parents, Virgo rats as parents, are really quite good young parents. They're quite, you know, they're not sticklers for, oh, you know, I don't want you doing this, I don't want you trying. They don't mind their children trying things. You know, you try it for yourself. You know, they're quite good at letting younger people experience stuff and saying, well, there you go, what did you think about it? They're not, you know, disciplinarians in the sense of, what, you can't go here, you can't go there. They're nice, quiet and relaxed. So who's the perfect, you know, combination for the Virgo rat? Who would be best for them to look for? Well, let's look in the dragon family, because the dragon family you know, they love the way the rat is intense in their relationships, you know, and a lot can, you know, everything revolves around their partner sometimes, and they zone straight into them, and they want everything to feel secure, and they lavish a load of attention, they're very, very great in conversation. There's never, you know, them, you know, awkward silences or where there's not a lot of sulks. You know, they get over it quite quick. They like to converse, and, you know, they like intelligent and also having a laugh, conversations, and there's a good atmosphere. The dragon's a great one to appreciate this. They love to be the centre of somebody's world, and plus the dragon in return likes to lavish, you know, very generous, and they're very, you know, if you look after everything here, you know, I'm going to reward you in such a good way, in that sense, with their hearts, and it's a very loyal combination. You won't be seeing either of these thinking, oh yeah, you know, is the grass green, or shall I muck about for a week or two? But they're not like that. You know, this is quite a total dedication when you get the rats and the dragon together. So let's look for the Scorpio dragons, the Capricorn dragons, Cancerian dragons, and the Taurus dragons. Real great matches, and that little bit of lavishness the dragon will bring to the party for this one. So excellent. Also, we like the monkeys with the rats, because the monkeys, again, they love their mind to be in motion. This is not so much a sexually orientated relationship. It's very much of the mind. It's very much of creating and breaking ground and touching on subjects that may be quite taboo, but they break them down together. You know, they really have a great work ethic between them to get jobs done. So they could even have, you know, a great work partnership as well as a fantastic relationship. So I don't mind these two working together. You know, when they say you should work with your spouses or whatever, or your girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, this is a good combination to work with, and it can make money because there's a lot of innovative ideas that can be thrown around between them. So let's look for the monkey under Scorpio, we look under Capricorn, we look under Taurus, and we also look under Cancer, you know, keeping them families for, you know, that bit of solidity that's going to, you know, the solidity of the rat does help the monkey as well, because we know the monkey does like to journey a bit, likes to travel a bit, and maybe not as home as much as the rat, but, you know, when they know they've got something to come home to, you know, that there's a real good fight, going there, and they always walk in and they've always got something to say, and I say, ideas really roam about these two, so they've come up with some great, you know, ways of doing stuff. If we look at the ones that we've got to avoid for the rats, well, it's always the horses, and there's no exception for the Virgo rat. The horses, okay, they're prone to, as we know, brilliance, intelligence, and the rat will like that. But the unpredictability is something that really unsettles the rat, as we've talked about. Then that nervous energy, which they can submerge, really goes AWOL, and then, you know, unpredictableness for the rat is not good at all. You know, it can really disturb them, and this is in a mind state. You know, they can really go downhill quick, depression, etc. So let's just avoid each other, horses and rat, in this instance. You know, I don't advise it at all, and not to embark on whatsoever. Health-wise, well, it's a really sturdy rat. You know, the rat's really sturdy, and the Virgo, they know how to live within the excesses, so that's really good. They temper. Sometimes the rat likes to have a little indulgence in food, but the Virgo can temper it and say, well, I've had enough of that now, and so there's a real good balance. They'll be quite prone to be watching their diet, which, you know, rats do need to, but it's a good combination for a very good life. Well, thank you for listening to this issue, and please join me for the next one. Thank you.